Hello, everybody. This is Barrett Matthews. My company is E2E Systems, but you all know me from Metro Public Adjustment. And what I wanted to talk to you about is making a large team, creating a large team through the power of your text messaging. I did a presentation at the Metro Public Adjustment annual meeting, and I spoke to you all about actually communicating with your clients and setting up appointments through text messaging. Well, what I'm going to do is talk to you about a system that I've been using for the last couple of years. And it's been helping me to not only get appointments, get referrals, get appointments and get recruits, but also get referrals and get some of my recruits and some of my leads to actually send more people to me. So I'm going to show you how to do that and do mass recruiting through that system. So if you don't mind, we're going to let you guys see what's on my screen, and I'll go through what exactly I'm talking about. And we can go through that, and you can see exactly what I mean. And hopefully, you'll see that you want to do this yourself. Now, I know some of you, I just found out that some of you are having a problem viewing the presentation. If you have your friends, if they're having a problem viewing it, don't worry. This will be available in replay as well. And I will make this available for everyone to see. So don't panic, don't panic. We have that all under control. As you can see, I'll have a business, as I mentioned, it's called E2E Systems. I coach people on taking action and accountability. Many of you, like I said, know me from Metro Public Adjustment. My company, I love it to death, and I hope you guys love it too. And if you need any help as far as taking action and being accountable, I can send you to my website at e2esystems.com, and I can coach you on that as well, just to take action. That's what I'm all about, is getting people to take action. So we want to make sure that you all are straight on that. But first, we want to talk about marketing. You see, guys, one of the things that you are missing out on is what marketing is about. Marketing is to help your business, but if you don't know how to market, if you don't know how to market properly, what marketing is for, what marketing is, then you're going to fail. I'm just going to put it plain. You're going to fail. Many people in this business don't know how to market themselves. If you don't know how to market yourselves, how are you going to attract people to your business? You know, sometimes we're still dwelling in the past and the old ways that we used to market, and those ways just don't work anymore. So you need to know that marketing first is a process. You need to know what your purpose of marketing is. And you need to know what your goal is. What is the goal of marketing? Okay, so marketing is a process because you want to gain interest. You want to gain interest. And you want to get that from the people who you're marketing to. You want to gain their interest. So remember, so marketing is a process in which you want to gain interest. Now, we're talking about the purpose. What else is the purpose of marketing? To get people in here. Where is here? Where is here? Well, here is wherever you need them to be. But you need to get them in here. You need to get their interest and get them in here. You notice something in common, that word in? You need to get them in. That's what marketing is for. It's to get them in, get their interest, and to get them in here. So if you have a specific place that you need them to be, that's what you're marketing for. Now, what is the goal? What is your goal for marketing? Well, marketing attracts leads. It attracts leads. A lot of people have a confusion when I say that. Marketing is set up to attract leads. That's the goal of marketing. You want to attract leads. Now, some of you think marketing is going to get you money. No, marketing does not get you money. Sales get you money. Okay? Marketing attracts leads. Marketing also creates prospects. Now, you need to know that a prospect and a lead are not the same thing. Leads and prospects are very, very different. You have to understand that going into it. So what is a lead? Well, a lead is someone who expressed an interest in your product, your service, your mission, or your brand. Marketing is set up for lead generation. You have to understand these. These are the basics, guys. You got to understand this if you're going to go any further. You have to understand it. There's a purpose behind what we're doing here. Marketing is set up for lead generation. So leads equal you actually getting out there and marketing so that you can get the leads. Now, a prospect basically is someone who expressed interest but has shown it by their action. So marketing attracts leads and creates prospects. So it actually gets people to have an interest, but then you have those who show an interest by their action. So that's what you want to get by your marketing. And so here's the problem. Problem number one is that a lot of you are treating leads and prospects as the same thing. You're confusing the two. The leads and prospects are the same thing. That's a big mistake. If you don't understand that they're two separate things, because action is key. Just because someone, think about it like this. Some of you put an ad out there. And in that ad, you tell people what to do, yada, 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 join my company, come see my orientation, and people have expressed an interest. That's a lead. But did they show up? When they show up, that's an action. You understand what I'm saying? That's the difference between a lead and a prospect. Now, problem number two is expecting marketing to generate clients. It does not generate a client. You all know this primarily just from this business in Metro. It can get someone to show their action by coming out there, but it doesn't mean that they're going to make money off of them. And you all know that. You know that easily because you see it all the time. Problem number three, you don't have any clients. That's the biggest problem that people have. So they don't have any clients. Now, a lot of you may be nodding your head right now saying, yeah, I know what you mean there, Barrett. I know what you mean. I don't have any clients. Well, we're going to help you with that because there is a solution. Hallelujah. There is a solution to that. Well, you have to understand the process. First of all, you have to understand that there is a process. Marketing is a process. Okay. I want you to understand that there is a process and you have to understand the process. So you have to understand another thing. In business, you're always going to be dealing with three types of people. Always. And when I tell you what those three types of people are, you're going to nod your head and say, yes, Barrett, you're absolutely right. Those are the people I deal with. You're going to deal with leads, you're going to deal with prospects, and you're going to deal with clients. Those are the three types of people you deal with. Leads, prospects, and clients. Leads, prospects, and clients, over and over again. Those are what you're going to deal with. Those are the three main types of people you're going to be dealing with. So number one, you want to attract leads. As we went over earlier, your marketing is going to attract leads. You need to understand that that's what you want to do. You need to attract leads. You need to convert those leads. Now, this is where you have to actually put in a little work here. You have to convert those leads. You have to convert the leads into prospects. Convert the leads into prospects. Guess what else you have to do? You're going to have to convert again. Yeah, you're going to have to convert again. You have to convert the prospects into clients. You see the process there? You understand the process? You have to convert your leads into prospects and then convert your prospects into leads. You don't just automatically market and get clients. It doesn't work that way. If you're doing it right, it does not work that way. So the question is, do you have a consistent lead prospect generating funnel? Do you have a consistent lead and prospect generating funnel? See, I know I do, but let me tell you something. Most people don't. Most people don't have a consistent lead and prospect generating funnel. It may do something for a day, a week, but it's not consistent. It's not consistent. So how are we going to fix that? Well, people didn't have one until now because now there is a system and I've gotten it available for you right now. That's what I've got for you guys. I've made it available for you. The same system I've been using for the last few years, I'm making available for you. You can attract unlimited leads. You see that? Unlimited leads. You can attract unlimited leads. You can create unlimited prospects. You can create unlimited prospects. We have a viral system that can do that. And online revenue fundamentals. We're going to show you how you can get your money coming in just through some online revenue fundamentals. Now, I want you to understand something though, because the revenue, as you know, is the money coming in. But first, before you get paid the money, people are going to pay you in 3 ways. 3 ways. People are going to pay you in 3 ways. Well, first, they're going to pay you with their information. First, people pay you with their information, not the money. They're going to pay you with their information. Secondly, people are going to pay you with their action. Secondly, people pay you with their action. You notice I didn't say money yet, did I? Thirdly, they're going to pay you with their money. Third, they're going to pay you with their money. So it's called IM, information, action, and money. IM. I want you to write that down. Information, action, and money, because it has to be done in that order. If it goes out of sequence, you will reduce your profits by 80%. First, your information. Second, your action. Next, your money. And I'll give you a prime example of that. And we can use it in Metro Public Adjustment. When you're recruiting someone, when you invite them out to the orientation, the first thing we want to do is get their information. That's where the application comes in. Secondly, we want them to take some form of action to show that they want to do the business, do some work, get some action, get them out in the field. Then you make money. Then you make money. Information, action, and money. If you do it out of sequence, as I said earlier, you will reduce your profits by 80%. So information is the key. That's the key. That's going to get you going. That's going to start your engine. You got to get the information. And a lot of people don't understand how valuable having that information is. Now, you may be wondering, well, what kind of information do I need? It's just an application. Well, if you do it the right way, that information is more valuable than you think. All information is not the same. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All information is different. It is not the same. Well, what do you mean by that, Barrett? Well, you see, there are some collection practices that people have been using for decades that seem to be working, and they thought this is just the way to go. Have you ever thought about how over time things have changed? They aren't the same as how you used to see them. Now things have changed, and you have had a struggle keeping up. It's because you have refused to go along with the changes. Well, that's happened a lot in marketing as well. You see, this is the way a lot of people would gather information. We get a form, fill out the first name, the last name, the email, or we do it on a computer. The first name, the last name, the email. See, when we did it on the computer, we thought, "Ooh, boy, I'm keeping up with technology now." Well, it's still the same type of information gathering. First name, last name, email. Well, why is that important? Well, let me tell you why. Because we wanted to identify the person. That's why we did that. We want to identify that person. So we pulled that information. And we identify who they are, what they do, so forth, where they live, and everything. Reason 2 is an effective communication mechanism. If you can get the information in a form, or you get their phone, get their home number, get their email address, that it looks good. It's an effective communication, especially when people respond to their emails. It's really, really good. Well, this was a good idea. No, you're saying, Barrett, what do you mean by was? It was a good idea to do that, to get their name and their email address, their first name, last name, email address. It was a good idea. Yeah, it was back in the 80s and the 90s. It's not, I know some of you are looking, oh, a Game Boy, but it's not a great idea now. We have evolved. Things have changed. You have to change with it. Well, once upon a time, we used pagers, didn't we? Remember that? Now, some of you may not know what that is, but some of us who are old enough to remember, we used pagers, and that's the way we communicated with each other, through pagers. So we've changed, haven't we? How many of you have a pager now? Not too many of you. But we had to understand it was an outdated strategy of communication. Things become outdated sometimes, guys. And when they do, you either have to keep up or you're going to be blown out of the water. Remember Blockbuster Video? They didn't keep up. They thought they ran things. Now they're no longer around. You have to keep up or you're going to become outdated too. Now, once again, why is this important? Well, most people have more than one email. Think about it. Do you have that email address that you give to people when you don't want them to contact you? You know, that email that you never check? I know you do. We all have them. Some of you have 2 or 3 of them. And you probably never, ever check it. You probably have thousands of emails sitting in there and you don't care to check them because that's the one you give to people. It's that little fake email address that you give to people. But most people have more than one email, and they know when they fill out something and people ask for the email address, I'll give them that email because I'm never going to check it anyway. And that's what we do. Now, you have to understand that things get updated. Things get updated from time to time. Social media gets updated. Emails get updated. Now, this is Gmail. Remember, Gmail used to just have their primary inbox. Now their inboxes have a social and a promotions tab, so you can go into different areas. This is Google's way of monitoring what you're getting and where it's being put, so that you could they make it think that you're doing it, but they're controlling it. This is their way of updating it and making it more I guess the way they want to see it. It's an update for them, but they make it seem more important for you. I like the old way better, but hey, this is the new way they've updated. I mean, a lot of social media has updated. Facebook has updated. They got an inbox, and then they have other messages too. They have different ways. Changed. You're wondering, well, what happened to my Facebook page? How many times have you looked at Facebook and wondered, what are they doing now? What are they changing now? They're updating. They're updating their communication. And the question, your communication. I must update my marketing strategy. I want you to say that to yourself right now. I must update my marketing strategy, because I'm telling you, the reason that you're listening to this webinar is because you know that your strategy is not working the way you want it to. You know that. Now, I'm not saying that to criticize you. I'm just saying it because it's fact, because guess what? I knew I had to change some things and I wanted to get a competitive edge. So that's what I did. Now, how did I do that? Well, it's very simple. What I did, I found a way to collect a higher quality of information. Higher quality of information. How did I collect that? Well, what's the most important piece of information that you can collect? I asked myself that, and I'm asking you. What is the most important piece of information you can collect? Now, some of you have heard me speak before and you know what I'm going to say, but those of you who haven't, I want you to pay attention to this. It's the cell phone number. Now you're thinking, well, why is that the most important? I got their email address. Well, remember when we talked about how most people have more than one email address and they give that email address out to people that they don't want to communicate with? Well, that's not false. That's true. And you all know it because you probably have that yourself. But most people have only one cell phone. Most people have only one cell phone. Do you get where I'm going? I think you may. Those of you who don't, stay with me. You'll catch up. If I have the cell phone number of that person, I have a way to communicate. I can call them. I can text them. I have their way of communication right there with me, all in my database. And here's the fact. 90% of people who receive a text message respond in the first 30 minutes. They look, well, they respond or they look at it within the first 30 minutes. 90% of the people. Here's another fact for you. Well, let me get that right. I'm sorry. In the first 3 minutes, 98% in the first 3 minutes. So 90% of the people who get a text message look at it in the first 3 minutes. 98% in the first 30 minutes. How do you like them apples? So do you think that your chance of communicating with someone increased? Do you think that the chance of them seeing what you're trying to tell them about your business, about coming to your orientation, about an opportunity for them to make thousands of dollars has increased? Yeah, I think so. So what's the moral of the story? I think it's real simple. Get the cell phone number. Get their cell phone number. That is the most important piece of information you can have. Now, what about the other info? Well, I say get that too. Get their email address. Get their first and last name too. You want to get that information too, but get that cell phone number. That cell phone number is so important. You have to get that. But get the info in the right order. Now, this is important. I want you to pay attention to me right here. Get the information in the right order. Example here. If my goal is to get a clean shirt to wear to work, I want to get a clean shirt to wear to work. So here's the order I have to do it. I have to first wash the shirt. I like that washing machine, by the way. You have to wash the shirt. You have to dry the shirt. Then I have to iron the shirt. Right? That's the order I have to do that. Am I correct? Yeah. So that's what I look like when I'm finished. But that's not me. Those of you who know me, that's not me. But that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. So what if I decided, nah, I'm going to iron the shirt first. Then I think I'm going to go ahead and dry the shirt. Then I'll wash the shirt. Now, I know you're laughing, thinking about, what kind of order is that? Well, this is what it's going to look like at the end. That's the final right there. So I won't look as sharp in that shirt, huh? So there's an order in which you have to do things if you want to have the ultimate success. There's an order in which you have to do things if you want to have ultimate success. Keep that in mind always. So order matters. Wouldn't you agree? I think you would. Now, how do I get the most valuable information? How do you go about doing that? Well, how do you get the supporting information? You want to get all this information. You have to get the valuable information. You have to get all that supporting information in the right order. How do you do that? The answer? Get a text message autoresponder. Now, many of you heard me speak at the annual convention when I talked about text messaging and autoresponding. Well, I'm going to talk about it again here because I want to talk about how effective it can be. About 3 years ago, I went down to Atlanta, Georgia to help open up the Atlanta region down there. I had set up a campaign where I did an ad and I set up an autoresponder system. Well, in doing that with the autoresponder, the first thing that happened when I walked into the office, we had a boatload of people there. I think we had about 60 people there that day, all waiting to see the orientation. And guess what? Half of them were there for me. Half of them were there for me. Now, here's the thing. This is the part you're gonna love. All of them responded to my autoresponder. And they also got a video of me talking about what we do. Well, the great thing about that is that when I walked in, the first thing they said was, "Hey, Mr. Matthews, how you doing, Mr. Matthews? What's going on?" And I'm sitting there wondering, okay, do I know these people? Have I met them before? Because I remember I used to live in Atlanta, and I just, I thought, well, maybe I'd forgotten who these people were, until one of them said, "Oh yeah, we saw your video. We got the emails from you." That's when I realized, oh my goodness, these autoresponders work, because what they do is they give an impression to the person who's getting the autoresponders that you are actually talking to them, that you're communicating with them, that you're having some correspondence with them. So by the time that they meet you, they've had a conversation with you. At least they feel that way. Now, keep in mind, I said they're autoresponders. So that means that you don't have to actually keep communicating with them. But in their mind, you're communicating with them all the time. So that's the key about autoresponders. It's very important. You've gotten them before, and you might have given them before, but autoresponders are very important. Autoresponders are how and why would someone give their cell number, because autoresponders actually help them to see what you're about, to talk to you, to communicate with you, without you having to go through the work of doing auto communication. Now you're asking again, but still, why would they give their cell number? Because they want something from you. Think about it. They responded because they wanted something from you. That's the main thing. They wanted something from you. So you have to understand that your autoresponders are going to help them to engage with you, but they still want something. Well, the first step is to incentivize the process. Now, you all got on this webinar because I sent you a text message. Well, no, you sent, well, I asked you to respond via text message. That text message then led you to a free item that I had that you wanted, which was the scripts. I also offered you a chance to be on this webinar through an autoresponder. Do you feel me now? Are you getting what I'm talking about? So you got here through an autoresponder. Then you can do what's called texting through keyword. Now, like I said, many of you use keywords to get to where we are now. You see that where it says text the word penny and you generate unlimited leads for 1 penny? Well, I had you text the word text. And you can do the same thing here. Some people in real estate text the word deal. The thing is, you text it to that system. It's a text marketing system, and it can cost you as little as a penny per text. 1 penny per text. Text the word deal again. You see how that works? And you get their information, because when they text in, it leads them to what they call a landing page or a squeeze page, where it gets their name, it gets their email address, and gets their what? Their cell phone number. You're following me, aren't you? I see it. You're following me. Why? Because they want something from you. It's that simple. Now, the second step, you want to drive them to the squeeze page, as I mentioned earlier. See here, claim my secret foreclosure list. So I lead them, I get their first name, get their cell phone, get their email address, and they get access to it. Does that look familiar to something you filled out? Here's another one. Third step, create unpaid employees. Now, this is very important. You're saying, what, Barrett? I can get employees and it's free? How do I get unpaid employees? Well, the way you get unpaid employees is through what I call a viral marketing system. A viral marketing system. See, here's how it works. If I have something that you want, all I have to do is say, you get this. If you text this word here and you go to my squeeze page and you go ahead and then put in your information and you can get the gift. But what if I offered you something else that you want too? And all you had to do was just share it with your friends. Not go out and knock on their doors, not call them up or do anything, but just click on a Facebook tab and say, okay, share it with my friends on Facebook. Or just click on a Twitter tab and it shares with my friends on Twitter. And you still get that free gift that I'm offering you. That's having people to work for you and you don't have to pay them, because you're giving them a free gift just for doing that. Isn't that wonderful? I think it is. I think it is, man. I think that's wonderful. If you can see it, as they say, if you can seize it with your mind, you can seize it by grabbing it yourself and using it. Now, this is the ultimate marketing system. Trust me, guys, it works for me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I recommend it to everybody. If you want to do it, I'm sharing it with you. I'm sharing it with you. I'm being gracious enough to share this information with you. I've had people ask me, Barrett, what are you doing? What are you doing that's getting you results? What are you doing? Everybody wants to know. Well, I'm sharing it with you now. I know a lot of people don't want to give away their secrets, but I'm giving it away right now. This is what we're doing. It's the 1 penny marketing system. You heard me talk about 1 penny before. When they text in, it costs you 1 penny. So you set up how you want it with your keyword, have them go to your squeeze page. It costs you 1 penny for every person that texts you. 1 penny, 1 penny. And then you can lead them through the whole system as I just described it to you. You can collect the cell phone numbers for 1 penny. You get a 60-second squeeze page. What does that mean? That means you can set it up in 60 seconds. It's so easy to set up that squeeze page. I've done them so quickly now. It's really easy. You get unlimited squeeze pages, meaning there are companies out there that actually will charge you for the squeeze pages, and they'll charge you, good amount of money for them. You get unlimited squeeze pages. You get unlimited keywords. You see, and you select the keyword like you saw there where they said text deal or text penny, or in our case, I had text. That's a keyword. Well, you get unlimited keywords. Some companies actually charge you for the keywords. That's right. You get unlimited keywords. You get email integration, meaning that you can bring in the email addresses in that system and send them out to people in an email blast. Yes, you can do that as well. You can do so many things with this system. You can do newsletters and send them out to everybody. You can bring in, you can send out videos. You can send out all types of different things to people and get it going. You can send out articles. You can make yourself into a CEO master, a master of the internet. You just have to get going with the system. Now, the price of this is $9.97. $9.97 is not a monthly thing. You own the system for $9.97. It's yours. It's actually customized to you the way you want it for $9.97. And that comes with training. It comes with, you have not a computer training. You actually have a person who trains you on how to work the system for your business. It comes with training for $9.97. Now, this $9.97 price, some of you may say, oh, that's a little steep for me right now. Well, guess what? You can do two payment options. You can actually pay the $9.97, a one-time payment, or you can pay $299 down payment and 5 payments of $199. $299 down and 5 payments of $199. And guess what? If you contact me and that's still too hard for you to work out, we may be able to work out another payment plan for you, but you have to contact me if you're really interested in getting the system that I have, but you have to contact me. It's the 1 penny marketing system. You can contact me at bmatthews@metropa.com, bmatthews@metropa.com. Email me now so you can get started. And there will be a replay of this broadcast if you want to see it again, if you want to share it with your friends as well. There will be a replay of this broadcast. If you want to get coaching on your productivity so that you can turn that productivity into profits, then I suggest that you go to my website at e2esystems.com. You can also like me on Facebook at E2E Systems and Twitter at E2E Systems. And just so you know, guys, E2E stands for Employee to Entrepreneur. My job is to get you to that, as I am doing with my team here in Maryland and in Atlanta. I wish you guys the most success in the world. I thank you. Don't forget to email me right now at bmatthews@metropa.com if you want to get the 1 penny marketing system. I am Barrett Matthews. I thank you for your time. Everyone, have a great night.